And welcome back to part 15 of Pokemon Yellow. Last part we had a long trek through Silph HQ, aka Team Rocket's HQ, but we took them down. We took them down with ease. This part we're going to explore the left of Celadon City because I don't know if you guys remember, we got a Pokeflute. And Pokeflute don't only awaken sleeping Pokemon in battle, they can also awaken the Snorlax right here. So when you get that item, you'll be able to explore the rest whenever a Snorlax blocks your way. So play it here. Plays a little and it wakes up the Snorlax and then it attacks you in a grumpy rage. Snorlax, snore. So yeah, Snorlax is a level 30, so you should be around the level and be able to take it down. You can catch this. You can catch this. Can't speak. You guys know. You can catch the Snorlax, and I attempt to. Keyword attempt. What's difficult about catching Snorlax? It's very tanky, so your attacks won't do a lot of damage, and it also knows rest. As mentioned on the SSN when we got the TM, rest puts you to sleep and restores you to full HP and takes care of all your ailments. So if you're poisoned, well, not frozen because you can't move, but poisoned, paralyzed, burned, it'll take care of that and you'll be restored to full HP. And with my luck, Snorlax awakens like next turn or 2 turns after, so can't really do much about that. Snorlax is normal type, so you can do your best to use fighting type moves, but again, it's very tanky, so it's going to like tank your hits. It also knows Amnesia, and Amnesia raises the special, so special attack and special defense. So you can teach it some. I think you can teach it moves like Thunderbolt and stuff. I'm not too sure about that, guys. You can correct me in the comments, but in Gen 1, that's pretty cool because it's a tank. And because it's a tank, it also becomes a train when you raise a special attack and defense. Special. With a special split in next gen, it raises special defense, and you can't really use moves like Thunderbolt against it. And I know, I'm trying to think. It also uses Curse, which is not in Gen 1, but I think it starts in Gen 2. When a ghost type uses it, it splits the ghost type HP in half and inflicts damage either every turn or something like that. I forget the details. But when somebody like Snorlax uses it, it raises the special defense. Guys, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, since I was getting pissed off, I was like, fuck it, we're just going to kill you, Snorlax, because you're getting me tight and I'm just trying to get going on. So one trip to the Pokemon Center later, using our key that we didn't have to use, we can continue on our journey. And remember when I stated that in Celadon City you needed to get the bicycle? This is why, because we're on cycling road and you can't trek through this road without a bicycle. And on this cycling road, we're dealing with bikers. We're bikers. And cue balls, which is basically like a leader of the bikers. So they have, I think, like poison types, fighting types. I don't know. I do my best to try and be knowledgeable, but I'm not an encyclopedia. That's why we go to Bulbapedia, guys. I'm not sponsored by them, but if they want to, Bulbapedia, let's talk. Talk to me nice. But yeah, you should be way above the levels that they are, so they shouldn't be any problem. They're just EXP fodder. Like, you're gonna get more EXP to train and level up your Pokemon. I tried to do. I was thinking of a voice and I can't. The only thing I know is we're bikers. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, guys, definitely check it out. It's genius. Masterpiece by Little Karibo. here's an example of them having a fighting type. But since they're the only cue balls and bikers are the only type of training that you see on this cycling road, this is it. Like, you're not gonna see anybody else. So it's gonna be lots of cuts between each trainer. They don't really have anything new to show. Like, they have Mankey in its evolved form Primate. They have Machop and Machoke, and then wheezing and coughing, and like it's nothing. So we gonna breeze through this cycling road. I'm trying to think like cue balls. Like, what is that? You're gonna see the sprite, but what the fuck is that? Is that a cod piece? Like, what? Or like a cup? Like for a baseball? Like a, you know, for sports? That shit's crazy. Who the fuck knows? Pokemon sprites are weird. And yeah, like, these guys are just, I'm taking them out, you know. Descend, heartless angel. Easy. Rest your fingers for a little bit if you just want to get to the end of cycling road. You don't really have to fight against the current. That's, for some reason, I think the mentality was like it's like a ramp and you're going down, but obviously with limitations and, you know, old school gaming, it just looks like a straight road and you're just some force is pushing you. Maybe Darth Vader is trying to get to us. I don't know. Pull us in. I think that guy, he's saying my Pokemon will evolve. I think he has one of the... After that, we're gonna go through here. And yeah, again, since we gave the water to that guard, finally, and somehow he's able to share it, we're able to pass by without any problems. This guy here wants to trade Tangela for Parasect. Whatever. That's another thing too. When you do in-game trades, well, we have a new trainer type, so I'll get back to that. All over the place, guys, as you know. Our new trainer type here is a bird keeper, and it's like the name says, they have birds. Spearows, Pidgeys, the evolved forms as well, and another one which we haven't seen, which is Doduo and Dodrio, which are basically like Dodo Pokemon, extinct bird type Pokemon. But what I was saying was that when you trade a Pokemon in-game, they're gonna have a nickname, and you can't do anything. You can't change that nickname. It's stuck with it forever. I think the most infamous example is Ducks. I think that's the Farfetch'd that you could trade. Yeah, that's like, what the fuck. And me, I like to obviously name my characters. Sorry. Yeah, I like to name my characters. I like to name, like, nickname my Pokemon and my character, you know, capital and then lowercase. I hate, it's something about me just seeing like all caps. It's like you're yelling at me, so it's like Dodrio, Dodrio. So I tried to do the lowercase, so it's gonna save like that forever. And there, honestly, every trader Pokemon in here it's not worth it. There is someone who trades. I forgot, but you basically get one of the free final forms of I think it's either Kadabra into Alakazam or something like that, but one of those. So you can do that, but it's whatever. And we made it to Fuchsia City. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is Fuchsia a shade of pink or purple? I thought it was purple, so I'm not too sure, but I'm not all the way up there when it comes to colors, guys. I just know that, you know, I feel like Fuchsia, remembering growing up, was a shade of purple more than pink, but who's to say? We already have Lavender Town, so maybe that's why, but who knows? But yeah, we made it to Fuchsia, and as you guys noticed, there is a gym here. So we're going to take on the gym, not in this part, but, you know, in the future. Next to the gym is this house, and this is Bill. Or, this is Bill. This is Bill's, I guess, house in Fuchsia. I guess this is his little brother, I guess, and then we meet his grandpa over here. So, we have a family of freaks over here, these fucking weirdos. And that girl said, the warden and his teeth. So keep that in mind. I just jumped over that gate thing, the fence, to show that there's a pathway that we'll get to later, but not now. Enter this house, and we meet the warden, and he's he can't speak. So keep that in. So remember when the girl was talking about the teeth? So he doesn't have his dentures. Here is another fishing guru. So the one in Vermilion City way back gave us the old rod. This guy gives us the good rod, which is just a better version of the old rod. It allows you to catch a bit better water type Pokemon, if that was even English. And so yeah, there is one more version, or a better version, the best version of the fishing rods that we'll get to later. But for now, the good rod is the one that we have. And what Fuchsia City is known for is the Safari Zone. So I think what NPC, I forgot, was talking about the Safari Zone. And what the Safari Zone is just an area where you can catch Pokemon, and you don't battle them. So how it works is they give you 30 Safari balls, and we're gonna see later, but the menu is you have 30 balls, and you could just throw it, see if it catches it in one try. It won't work for the rarer Pokemon. There's rock, and when you throw a rock, it angers the Pokemon. So what rocks do is it angers the Pokemon, and it'll give you a better chance of catching the Pokemon, but it also has a higher chance of running away. There's also the bait option, and what the bait option is you throw it, and the Pokemon is standing there eating it, and it lowers the chance of being able to catch it, but it's less likely to run away. So it's more of a, kind of strategy. I try to use bait, but honestly, just go for throwing Pokeballs or throwing the Safari Balls, and yes, you do gotta pay to get in. And you have 500 steps, so be wary. But try throwing Pokeballs, and try throwing like maybe 1 or 2 rocks. Even 2 rocks is pushing it, because they'll most likely run away. Maybe try for a third, but if you try for a third, they're most definitely gonna run away. And so yeah, so I'm showing off how it works here. Throwing a rock, see if it works. Obviously, they can't get poisoned. There's no status ailments. You can't lower its health. So it's basically luck. It's luck. Can't really. And no, the down B trick does not work, guys. Growing up, there was this like rumor: if you throw a Pokeball and you hold down B or down A, B or down A, that it gives you a better chance of catching the Pokemon. Yeah, that's not true, guys. And in the Safari Zone, yes, there's Pokemon, but there's 2 things that we need to get. So also make sure your inventory is can at least hold 2 slots. You guys know me. I suck at inventory management, but we get better. We get better, guys. By the end of this game, I'm going to be like, what's those guys? What's those guys' name? Like the guys who help the hoarders. So I'm going to get rid of my shit. We got a full restore there, and what that does is it heals your Pokemon fully, and then gets rid of any status ailments, like that. And so what I was mentioning was that there's 2 things that we gotta get. The Warden, for some reason, lost his teeth in here, his dentures. So we have to find them. And then there's also the HM for Surf, and we need Surf to obviously progress through the game. So if you want, follow along with me and see where the pathway leads. But if you don't, look up a guide and see where you gotta go to find the right pathway to get to those said items. In my first trek here, I thought I did, but your boy was just fucking up, as we always do. But we never lose. We never lose a Pokemon battle, so there's that. And here I thought, oh my gosh, I thought I found it. It's on the, I think it's on the actually on the other side of this. And so I just said, fuck. Yeah, see, so that item right there is the false teeth, and on the opposite side is where we can get to the Surf. I call it the Surf Master. I don't know. It just gives you the HM Surf. So, and no more room for items. So, again, don't be like me. Manage your inventory well. Obviously, this is not a problem in the future gens because they they separate items into like different categories for, like, you know, healing, Pokeballs, key items, and stuff like that. But you know, it wasn't like that in Gen 1, so you gotta do better. We gotta do Afro. You gotta do better, Afro. And we gonna do better. So here is not the house. Here's the house opposite where we gotta go. And so yeah, at this point I was like, fuck it. Here is Tauros. And I don't know if you guys know about the unaired episode, at least originally was unaired in America, where Ash caught like 30 of these motherfuckers for some reason. And that's my thing. I grew up with the anime, right? Obviously, it's a childhood memory. But Ash is a fucking dumbass, and he's a dumbass protagonist. Like, the way he just battles, it's like, it's more about, let's battle through the power of friendship. No, motherfucker, use your type matching and beat these motherfuckers according to that. Even in the when he first gym with Brock, you're throwing out Pikachu to fucking Onix. Are you dumb, motherfucker? And through the power of fucking sprinklers, and then you could use your electric attack. Like, that's just whatever. Obviously, we seen him grow. He got his first championship, and then, you know, he did a little send off, and that's heartfelt. But that's what we love. Red. Red is the real motherfucking protagonist of the first generation. So there's that. I know I just got crazy, but Ash baffles me because obviously you want to root for him, and we are rooting for him. But with every, it took him. Obviously he's 10 forever, but it took like, when did Pokemon come out? Or at least the anime, 96, 7. It took him how many years to get his first championship? Exactly. And then it took, I want to say like a year or two after that, but still, it took a year or two after that to finally kind of end his story, end his journey, and we're gonna go on to another protagonist. Now, I wouldn't mind, like, if Ash came around, you know, but when it comes to Gen 2, obviously there's Gold, and then for Gen 3, his name is Brendan, or May, and stuff like that. So they start giving them actual names after, instead of colors, but still, Like I would have liked to see that. And then there was like a, I don't know if this could be a Mandela effect, but I remember like a Pokemon anime-ish type thing, whatever, where they did have gold, but his name was like Jimmy or something. And then Crystal was like his friend or something. And that was like the first episode, but then the episode after that never really followed up on that. It was just different Pokemon story segments. So I don't really get what was up with that. But I've been chatting about random shit. We have to get back to the game. Here I actually find the right pathway to get what I have to go where you have to go to get the teeth and the Surf HM. So again, have 2 inventory slots. If you want more to get those items, definitely go for that. But at least 2, so you have room for the teeth and you have room for the HM. You never have to come back here unless you want to catch some Pokemon. I don't know. So yeah, I was like, fuck, didn't have room. So we can waste some super repels. And the good thing about it is that they don't be like, oh yeah, you already used it. So that's cool. Got the teeth, the lungs. What is it? The mouth, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. There we go. I should do that before every time I record so that I'm not stuttering over my words. Will I do it? Probably not, but yeah. And here's where I also throw away my escape routes, because I basically have an escape route with Dig, and I need to get Surf. So he gives us Surf, and we never have to come back here again unless you want to catch some mons, some rare mons. If you want to go for the Pokedex completion, there are some Pokemon that you can only catch in here. I think like Kangaskhan, I think Chanty, and a few others. Here I wanted to show off our new item that we got from the fishing guy, the Good Rod. So with the Good Rod again, so with the old, let's just recap. So the old rod, you're only able to catch Magikarp, right? The Good Rod, you can catch, you'll catch Magikarp, but you'll also catch stuff like Poliwag. I'm not sure if there's any other water types. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Maybe Goldeen, you can catch Goldeen. So it broadens your what you're able to catch by a little bit more, but not too much. And here I was trying to just show again like what else we can catch. So we got the Poliwag for the first time. Let's see what else we can get. Not even a nibble. I think they were trying to simulate like in real life how fishing takes patience and time. You gotta have patience for this shit. Luckily you're not waiting like hours for one fucking fish. It takes like maybe 2 or 3 times to get a bite, quote unquote. So trying to get another bite. Let's see what we got. Another Poliwag. So I think after this you also have the option to run, which is like in Ball Battles. I'm all over the place, you guys know. But I said fuck it after this. We're not dealing with none of that, and I just cut to where we finished the rest of our steps and the Safari game is over. So there's no reason to come back because we got the teeth and we got the HM for Surf. And Surf is a great water move. Teach it to your water type, but in our case it would be Oogway. And this is crazy because I think Nidoking can also learn Surf. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Nidoking, there's also like a special like Pikachu you can trade when the game came out where that Pikachu knows Surf as well. And yeah, Surf is a really good move. But we come back to the Warden, we give the gold teeth to him, and he can finally talk to us, and we can understand him. It'd be funny if he spoke like a different language, like, okay, give you your teeth back, but I don't know what the fuck you're saying still. But with that, he gives us the HM for Strength. And Strength is also, well, obviously needed. So it all comes together. I decided to teach Power Strength. We're getting rid of Double Edge because Double Edge has recoil, and while it does a lot of damage, I might as well have a strong move that I also need for the game, and it doesn't do damage for me. What Strength does on the field, it allows you to push these boulders that you see, and you'll be able to collect items or continue through your journey. So we conquered the Safari Zone, and we're coming towards the end of part 15. Come back in part 16, where we will take on the gym battle, or gym leader, Koga. See you guys.